Welcome to The Deciding Point, presented by Hard True, our Cracked Racquets weekly breakdown of the biggest storylines from throughout the tennis world. This week, we answered the question on the minds of every tennis fan. Which players are going to emerge from Wimbledon with the titles, the 2021 event just around the corner? We only had 3 weeks of grass court warm-up events to get acclimated to the surface, but on today's podcast, I want to focus on that question: who are going to emerge with the titles? Talk a little bit about the Olympic Games on the horizon as well. With that in mind, Westhoff, roll the credits. Let's get to today's show. Let's talk Wimbledon contenders. The question all of us are asking: who are going to emerge as the singles title champions at the 2021 Wimbledon? Let's start with the top 5 contenders on the women's side. Look, it's a wide open event, and health is going to be so important, as well as draw position, all of those various things, but there's a lot of unknowns heading into this Grand Slam. We saw Ashley Barty withdraw from the French Open due to injury. That event was only a month ago, a little bit less than that, and so will she have had time to fully recover? Will she be at her healthiest? We haven't seen her in any of the warm-up events. Certainly in principle, her ability to play first strike, her ability to slice that backhand, her comfort level moving forward, she has every ingredient you could ask for a successful grass court player, but we just haven't seen it in a while. And again, the last time we saw it, she lost to Ali Risk early in the event, or not early, but she lost a match that we thought she was going to win, so there are definitely questions surrounding her. And again, is she healthy? We don't know. Simona Halep, former Wimbledon champion, she withdrew from a warm-up event. She withdrew from the French Open. Is she healthy? We don't know. Petra Kvitova, I thought she was a sneaky dark horse candidate to win the 2021 French Open. She injures her ankle in a press conference. Now, she's looked pretty good in her warm-up event this week, and I do think she's someone who has to be in your top 5. So we'll put a little asterisk next to her. We'll come back in a second, but Garbine Muguruza, I thought she looked pretty healthy in her first event, warm-up event, but can she hold up over 2 weeks? That's a question to ask. All of these players have question marks. There's no Naomi Osaka in the draw. And so there's not a clear-cut top 5. Iga Swiatek has 1 career win on grass courts. Bianca Andreescu, 1 career win on grass courts. And so, again, it's an unconventional top 5, but I've been knocking around some names, looking at the relative health of players. I'm going to exclude Ashley Barty and Simona Halep from this list because, again, I just don't know how healthy they are, and I can't include them if I don't know if they're going to end up actually playing in the event. But when I look at my top 5, I do think number 1 right now, and as crazy as this is to say, I think it's Petra Kvitova. She looked pretty healthy in her first 2 matches this past week, and she got better and better as the matches progressed. And if that ankle holds up, I just think she's the one who has the best blend of consistent results here in the 2021 season. She's got the plus power to hit through any opponent, the ability to take the big cracks at the second serve returns, the confidence as well going into this event, and the pedigree on these grass courts, which again, so many of these players don't have. She's someone who's won Wimbledon before. We've seen it. We know that recipe, and I just think if healthy, the results she's put forward this season, we've seen her already win a big title in the Middle East. I think she's my top contender right now. Crazy to say she's going to go in that number 1 position. I mean, after this, it's just a toss-up. I'm going to throw in Muguruza too, because again, I've seen it before, and her length, her ability to track down that extra ball and take that ball down the line to where you're not, or hit it cross-court to where you're not. I just don't know how many other players have that comfort level and that skill set on these grass courts. She's also got the big serve if needed, can play the +1 if needed, will move forward and hit the swinging volley to the open space to take time away if needed. I'm going to throw her at number 2. I don't feel great about that. I guess 3, Serena, because she was winning over 80% of her first serve points in the majority of her French Open matches. And again, on these grass courts, if you can hold serve, that's half the battle. And once you get to a tiebreaker, no one's going to compete better or more efficiently than Serena Williams. Now, again, physically over 7 matches, I don't know if she can keep that level up. And we've seen players like Osaka, like Rybakina, like Andreescu, players with that plus power, and there are so many of them now in the women's game, hit through her with more success than they had in the past. But her best is still really good, and we're on her best surface. Obviously, that chase to 24 going to continue to motivate her. I just think I'm not ready to drop her below 3 at Wimbledon. So she's my number 3. Again, no Barty, no Halep on this list. Konta's won a title. Jabor's won a warm-up title. Bencic made a final. She looked really, really good in doing so. Sabalenka's in the mix as well. She's won her first 2 matches and looks more comfortable on the surface. You know what? Because no one's expecting it, I'll throw her on the list. I have no justification other than to say perhaps low expectations will be a blessing for Aryna Sabalenka as 4. I'm not proud for throwing her there. She wasn't on my initial tweet on my list, but you guys know that power tennis captivating. She's one of 4 players in the top 15 club. On the women's side, top 15 in both hold and break percentage. I'm going to throw her at 4. I'm going to throw Gauff at 5. I know that's crazy to say. Her first big breakthrough came at Wimbledon. She's top 10 in all of the ELO metrics. She won a title recently. She's playing the warm-up event this week. She's going to be my number 5. I'm going to actually have her tied with Ons Jabeur and Jo Konta. Again, I'm cheating, of course, on the list. I named 9 players for a 5-player list, but that speaks to, again, you want to throw Bencic at me, you want to throw a Sakari at me, a Mukova, a Pegula, a Kenin. I have to hear, an Andreescu, I have to hear your argument. Svitolina, I should have mentioned her as well. All of these players belong on the list. It's another open event. Expect upsets, expect excitement, expect a very, very good 2021 Wimbledon.